This equation has four factors, a little bit of multiplication. So you've got a thing on the left, CO2, that you want to get to zero. And that's going to be based on the number of people, the services each person's using on average, the energy on average for each service, and the CO2 being put out per unit of energy. So let's look at each one of these and see how we can get this down to zero. Probably one of these numbers is going to have to get pretty near to zero. That's back from high school algebra, but let's take a look. First, we've got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
Oh, that Bill Gates. He sure is one of the very, very tippity top people of the world order, is he not? Well, me and Mark from Houston Talk Live's done a stream on it. Shout out to Mark. But Greg Reece really got to get it out there. Got to get it out there. Got to get that. Put Bill Gates front and center.
Many believed that Bill Gates somehow misspoke when he attributed successful depopulation to the vaccines. But it's now evident that he didn't. He was being very clear about the intentions of the globalist agenda. Kill 99.99% of all humans. According to these psychopaths,
of course, we got to put that with the picture of the GG.
This is how we will save the planet, and they have convinced an overwhelming amount of the world's population into accepting their agenda and pushing for it. People who believe that humans need to be aborted and believe the human race needs to be culled into a small compliant herd. People that are okay with billions of people starving so long as the screens on their devices tell them it's the right thing to do. But not everyone has gone insane. Some still have a survival instinct. When the Dutch government voted in a scheme that will force farmers to cut their livestock down to unsustainable levels, thereby forcing them out of work and shutting down the second biggest food exporter in the world, the farmers did the right thing and said no. And protests have broken out all throughout the Netherlands. Shutting down the world's second biggest food exporter is all part of the anti-human zero emissions plan. And so the Dutch farmers aren't just protesting losing their jobs, they are protesting the mass murder of the world's population. Just like the Canadian truckers and farmers did last winter, and just like the Canadian police sided with the tyrants, the Dutch cops are doing the same. Police drawing their sidearms on peaceful protesters and opening fire on them.
Nee joh, hey, wapens jongen, wapens! Hey, Bolla, rij weg jongen, rij weg!
Zo, je nog meer maar wapens.
Really makes you think. I mean, there are many people out there that did the research of the protests against the COVID theory here in the United States and how it linked up with the Council for National Policy and the Mercers, and David Crocco did a lot of good research on that, and I did, and Neil Sanders and others, and then the Canadian trucker rally, and then Ezra Levant being a big part of that, and now what's happening in northern Eastern Europe. What is all this? What is all this for? What is all this? What does all this bring into fruition, Greg? Why? I mean, I'm not saying that no one likes tyranny. I'm not saying that at all. But why is this being forefront in our faces? When I thought all revolutions were banksters' revolutions, Greg. So how could this revolution be any different than any other revolution if it's just a changing of a guard of the elite?
Using undercover agents and provoking violence to shut down peaceful gatherings. Because the globalists are not taking no for an answer. And while you may back the blue, chances are that they won't back you when it comes to the globalist agenda, which has now enlisted A-list celebrities to convince us all to eat bugs.
I'm Nicole Kidman, and I am going to eat a 4-course meal of bugs.
They're trying to persuade us into dying peacefully, like good, obedient slaves. But soon the food will start to run out.
Hey, at least the United Nations, they report on the United Nations stuff. It's interesting, you know, I harp on how no one's talked about the United Nations, it seems like, and then all of a sudden there's an article United Nations puts out pretty much, you know, I'm surmising here of why hunger's a good thing for the world, even though they supposedly fight hunger with their World Food Program. But, you know, it's probably reaction solution, hey, Galen dialectic there. But, you know, so now, you know, the Gateway Pundit, the shill organization that is, you know, they cover, you know, that United Nations, you know, just bait red meat article, okay? And so, you know, oh, look, we covered the United Nations. See, John, we covered the United Nations. You can shut up now. And it's like, oh, okay. Palantir's involvement with the United Nations? Anybody? Hello, somebody? You know. And look at all these Aldi grocery stores with no food because of the Dutch farmers' uprising of people not being able to have access to food. Huh, okay.
And worse, more signs of kinetic world war on the horizon as Japan's longest-standing Prime Minister Shinzo Abe is assassinated, and former Russian President Dmitry Medvedev joined.
Now get ready for that stream, you guys, because that stream, oh boy. Supposedly it was because the shooter's parents were the Unification Church, and Shinzo Abe, you know, was in line with the Unification Church. Me and S90's covered it in one of the biggest streams I've done on this channel about the, you know, Trump at the helm of the New Order of Love and Light addressing the Mooney Conference, and Shinzo Abe is right after him, and he sounds like literally like someone who believes in the QAnon operation, literally.
President Putin in threatening nuclear annihilation if the United States continues their provocations, which is exactly what the Extinction Rebellion wants.
So now we have Greg Reece propagating this nuclear Holocaust sword of Damocles. It doesn't exist, but okay, whatever.
And it's what the Biden administration wants. It's what everyone in charge wants. The only way out of this is a worldwide people's revolution. The Dutch farmers have begun, and they have been joined by people from other nations. The revolution...
A people's revolution? Like China? China was considered to be a people's revolution. The Mao Zedong, who killed tens of millions of people. People's revolution, that sounds kind of a communist, Greg. Let's go back. Maybe I'm missing something here.
In charge wants. The only way out of this is a worldwide people's revolution. The Dutch farmers have begun, and they have been joined by people from other nations. The revolution will not be televised. And if you want to stand up against evil, then now is the time, while you are still alive. Reporting for InfoWars, this is Greg Reece. Thank you for watching the latest Greg Reece Report. Be sure to go to recereport.com to see my latest videos, sign up for my free newsletter, and subscribe for exclusive content. And be sure to support my sponsor at InfoWarsStore.com. At this point, best case scenario is a few years of hard times for us all. And if we don't turn it around soon, then it will only get worse. But as bad as things are, we still have time to prepare. And that alone is something to be grateful for. A gravity water filter will provide you with clean, healthy water, even in the event of your taps getting shut off. And having your own food will save you from getting ensnared in government FEMA camps. And if you've already stocked up enough for your...
Wait. Did Alex Jones say the FEMA camps were a good thing and it was communist propaganda against Ronald Wilson Reagan and Ollie North and the CMP? Wait, now the FEMA camps are real? They're back on to being real because Biden's in power? Now they're a bad thing? I can't keep track. They're a bad thing? We should worry about the FEMA camps. We're all going to the FEMA camps. So I don't worry about the FEMA camps. That was communist propaganda. Mike Adams tells me it's communist propaganda. Wait. Now we're going to march to the FEMA camps again. Alex Jones truly is the Pied Piper to the freaking FEMA camps.
Your own family, you might want to consider stocking up for your neighbors. Some of your neighbors might not be prepared for what's coming, but you can help them by having an abundance of storable foods and water filtration. Whoever sows bountifully will also reap bountifully.
Had to put scripture in there to try to impress upon Christians and grift them, Greg. Good job, bud.
Stock up now at preparetoday.com.
Just keeping the continue finger on the pulse of the Great Awakening. Greg Reece is laying it out there to everybody. Just watching, just waiting. Will the Great Reset lead to a global Great Awakening revolution or rebellion, a people's revolution that Greg Reece had mentioned, so that patriots are in control and the good guys win, you guys. Okay, patriots in control. And ultimately, if it really is, we are really entering into the end times, which was foretold by God in the Revelation of John, then if Trump is the Antichrist, or someone comes up with Trump as being the Antichrist, if that truly is what's going to happen. And I'm not saying it is happening right now for sure. I'm not saying 100% I know that it's going to happen. But if it is going to happen, if it really truly is happening, okay, then the Great Awakening will happen. The revolution will happen. And I'm not saying it's a good thing, because it's not, because it's going to put in the beast system. But there will be mass arrests. There will be a quantum financial reset. There will be a Nasara Gassara, as fantastical as that sounds. We'll see. All right, everybody. Take care. God bless.